Hey, Greg, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You're the
Even
first
on?
one here.
Here I go. I just got the email. I was like, did I miss this? I didn't even know if I was clicking on at the right time.
No, that's good. We send the email out. I a lot of internal debate on this, but we decided to send the email out at exactly the time that is right, just at the top of the hour here.
Okay. Hit perfect timing, so that was awesome. That's usually not the same for me.
Good to see you, Randy. Greg, where in the world are you? Out of curiosity.
I am in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Where are you guys at?
I'm in San Francisco.
Okay.
I lived there for 20 years.
In Phoenix?
Yeah, in Champlain, Mesa, all over the place.
Okay.
There.
Cool.
Where are you now?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay. Got family in Minnesota. I love visiting Minnesota.
Hey, Roger. Good to meet you. Well, Greg, I wonder if there's anything I can help you with. Happy to jump in with any questions you have. You were on here first. I'm glad the email brought you on.
Yeah. Honestly, I just started yesterday, and so I'm kind of creating my first pickaxes and trying to figure out how all of it comes together. And so I don't have any specific questions. So I just wanted to come on and kind of listen a little bit, see what people are doing first.
Totally.
So I don't want to drag this into the mud of like newbie not knowing what to do.
No worries at all. I mean, first of all, I think we're trying to get newbies who don't know what to do, and actually it's really helpful for me to hear those questions, because sometimes I've been working on this for a long time. I forget what it's like to be a newbie. I think everything makes perfect sense, and then but so feel free to ask if you run into any issues, but also you might get a question inspired by one of the things people are asking about here, because usually people have some pretty good questions.
Okay.
Well, Randy, you were on next. I wonder if there's anything you had on your list today. I responded to your email this morning. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, the new, can you hear me?
I couldn't for a second, but now I can.
Okay. New voice option.
Oh, yes.
Is that, does it use credits to use that? Or is that like an internal Pickaxe feature? Like, is that being charged through the API and takes tokens? Or I'm not quite sure how that works, because we tried it before and it was not here, but in another tool, and it was using up credits like crazy. So I'm wondering how it's implemented in Pickaxe.
In some other tool, it was using up credits.
Yeah.
Well, I can't speak to that, but it doesn't use any credits. We will tell you if we add something that uses credits. Typically, the way we do things is we'll add stuff, and we won't really like meter it or charge for it. And we'll kind of figure out how to meter or charge for it later if we do decide to. In this case, just maybe this is a little TMI, but we've implemented it in a pretty simple way. So, it doesn't. We won't charge for it in this state. We might make it much better and make it so it can handle multiple languages and all this stuff, and we might have to start charging for it then. But for now, certainly, it's not. Everybody should just use it. Yeah. And honestly, in my testing of it, it works great. So I haven't seen a need for. So I'm quite happy with it. We might add a little like voice feedback thing where it goes like, but other than that, I think it captures everything that I've said.
Just so you know, in my app, like when the user is using it on a phone and they tap the phone on their keyboard, that actually works too.
Oh, cool. Wow.
The feature you put in. So
well, that's good. It's good to have both ways, I think, of doing it. Well, Roger, you came on next, so if you have any question, I just want to give you a chance, and then Alexandra, we can let
Okay.
her go.
I was on trying to put an app together.
Okay.
Day before yesterday. I didn't try to do anything yesterday because for some reason I was trying to input the code into my folder on my desktop, and the whole Pickaxe just disappeared. The whole site, everything just disappeared. And I couldn't refresh it. I couldn't go to my history and pull it back up or anything. And so I had been working on that for about 3 hours, and all those 3 hours are gone. So I don't know how.
You were working on a pickaxe?
Yeah.
Were you in the builder? Were you, let me just show you here. Were you in like this experience, or you were somewhere else?
No, I was in that experience.
Oh, well, good news is pretty much everything that happens in this experience, now that we have this auto-saving feature, is auto-save. So if you're not able to see the tool that you were working on in your dashboard, you know, here, if it doesn't show up, you could just send an email to support and we should be able to recover that for you. I don't know why you experienced that issue. We didn't get any reports of anything being down yesterday, but you know, everything that you worked on should be auto-save. So I'm sure if you send an email to support, we can probably find it for you.
Okay. All right, I'll try that.
Yeah. But you were talking about downloading code to your desktop, which I was a little confused by.
Well, the instructions were to copy the code that it brought up and put it in the new folder that I created on my desktop. That's what the instructions were.
From where? What instructions?
From Pickaxe. It created a bunch of code and told me to copy and paste it into the folder on my desktop that I had created.
Okay, interesting. Well, I guess it does depend on what you're trying to do, but I'm not aware of any pattern or process that involves running code locally. We usually don't ask people to do that because it's like kind of complex. So we try to avoid that.
It's very complex. I didn't understand it. It was way over my head.
Yeah. So what are you trying to do?
I've got some of it saved in my notepad like it told me to do. You want to look at it?
Well, even before looking at it, just what are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to build a simple web scraper.
Ah, I see. Okay. I remember, right. We were talking about this a little bit. I guess you might need to do some of that if you're trying to do the web scraping. I did mention, I think, that we've got some native web scraping ability with the OpenAI web search MCP that you can connect here. But maybe, I think when we spoke, maybe that's not going to work as well as you need it to. So there might be some other things you're trying to work on. Maybe we can talk about this offline, but thanks for jumping on, and do let us know if we can find that pickaxe for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I can do it without coding. That's what I thought I got in this for, so I could create, tools without coding.
Yeah, well, if you want to do some web scraping for everybody else on this call and for you, I think putting your API key in and just using the OpenAI web search MCP works all right. The Google action, not the Google Scholar one, but just the regular Google one, we pay for. So, if you want it to be really easy, you could just go there and connect that, and we pay for it. But it won't do as deep of a web scrape as the OpenAI web search. And of course, all companies are starting to put up barriers against web scraping and try to stop people from getting the information via AI, but it's a war we're trying to arm our customers against.
Okay.
Well, Alexandra, I see that you have a question, and it's Alexandra, right? Or okay, because
I'm very impressed, but I guess because
Okay.
I bother you now every week, so
oh
I just want to say first, thank you for the voice. I don't know if I mentioned like expert Andrea, who's not on the call right now, but we met last week and we were just saying, you know what, the only thing that's missing from Pickaxe to make it awesome is voice mode. Because like I don't know about the rest of you, but I literally like lie in bed at night and I talk to all my GPTs, like they're my friends, we have conversations, and so that was the only thing I was like really missing. And so when I saw your post yesterday, I like almost fell off my chair and died. I think it's going to be like the biggest game changer. I really think it's going to, like, for I don't know for other people, but for us in our business, it's like advisory, so I think it's really going to change everything. So that's amazing. Thank you.
I'm really excited for the point where we're actually going to be able to support the two-way voice that you can really
I
talk
was
back and
wondering
forth,
about that. Yeah.
which it is something we're working on, but that's a lot harder. So
Yeah.
we're working on it. And there is actually a unexpected feature that was not on our to-do list that we're going to launch either tomorrow or early next week that I am like so excited about. So I can maybe announce that now, but it's one of these things that I thought was going to be so hard and turned out it was only so hard. And so sometime probably early next week, we're going to launch the ability for you to deploy your pickaxes as SMS messages. And then your pickaxe can have a phone number that people can text with.
Wow.
And all the limiting, all the control, all the CRM, even the monetization will work so that you can even like have like a phone number that people text back and forth with, and then they get limited, then they have to upgrade, then they get more credits to use via the phone. So this is the first step to eventually, when we do have better voice, also you'll be able to do that with phone calling, and there'll be voice in the product as well. But I think I'm going to be texting with my pickaxe over SMS a lot more than I was using it even in the web interface. So I'm super excited to launch that. So anyway, sorry to distract. I want to hear about your question.
Like, this is not my question, but actually that's awesome. Just before this, I was just on with Twilio because we are using another voice assistant service to do outbound and inbound calls, and we're running that with the SMS campaign. So like that is amazing. I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
For now, it's not a big deal. I'm just curious. Like you mentioned, though, the voice is English only. I didn't even think of that. Are we, even though the input, the one way, is
the
that
one way
like,
is not English only. I don't.
Okay.
Maybe there was some confusion there, but it is limited to the language that your studio has selected. So you can set the language of your studio, and the voice assistant will adopt that language. So that is.
If the model like supports multilingual, like if we're using OpenAI and there's the 50 or 70 in there, would you know if the voice mode would work? I guess I could just test it.
Yes, I think what I'm trying to say is I don't think it will work for that. It doesn't matter what model you use. We might change it in the future, but for now it will be limited to whatever the language is of the studio itself.
Yeah. Well, I still think it's magical. So like that was awesome. And the SMS feature will be gold for us too. So like that is amazing. My actual question, I don't know if you can answer, but you know everything. So maybe you can. I just like ever since we went pro, which I think everyone should do if you haven't yet, best money ever spent. We basically gave like 1,000 actions. Like all of our pickaxes have like 1 million different actions. And I think sometimes now like we're lazy in using a lot of the community actions. So thank you for contributing until we're technical enough to build our own. I just noticed that like once in a while, it seems like there's a conflict. And this is like a little thing, but yesterday it's like it's not a big deal, but it was the Giphy one that was breaking. And Like it just like my pickaxes won't make me gifts anymore.
I
And
wonder if
it's
the
not a
Giphy
really
one
big deal, but yeah,
is
and
it
so
broken
someone
now?
it's broken
Actually,
now. And so like I know that it's working like the key works because it generates a URL, but the URL is faulty. And so I'm just like, it seems pretty basic. So I don't want to waste everyone's time, but I just was like, I don't know how else to fix this because it should be pretty simple. And then in the forum, someone had said, like on the community, someone had said that you kind of need to like explicitly tell your pickaxe, like, I am going to give you URLs and you are going to render them as images. But I don't think that's the case because the other like image, like it manages to generate other types of images, no problem. It just seems to be this lovely Giphy, and I just want to be able to, you know, make little happy dances and Taco Tuesday things and send them off to people. So, and then just was like, I don't know how to troubleshoot when we didn't build it. Like, I don't really know what's going on in the background.
okay. Well, we definitely can look into that. I remember there being some problems with GIF generation before. But we'll take a look at what's going on. Actually, there's a funny story related to that that I'll just tell briefly. There's one on here called, I think it's called Meme Generator, which
Yep.
basically, right, generates memes. We were using a third-party service for this, and the third-party service stopped supporting API requests. And actually, one of our engineers, amazing as he is, was just like, we're just going to build our own. So actually, for Meme Generator, we host the.
Is that
generator,
yours?
so
Yeah, we've been using that. Our social media person was using it. Pretty cool.
it uses our a meme generator that we made, and maybe if Giphy has changed their rules, we'll just end up with our own GIF generator as well, depending on how things go. But we'll see. um, okay. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, hopefully that answers your question. We'll take a look at what's going on with that
Yeah,
one.
should I just
And
like put that in the, because Lindsay already wrote back and said to, you know, like that you guys would check in. I just felt badly, but it didn't fix itself. Like so much, you know, a lot of stuff, right? The magic of
well,
the
if
internet.
Lindsay has gotten back, then I'm sure it'll be it'll be taken care of. You know, typically what will happen is they'll take some time to test it themselves and make sure it's not working for them. And if it's also not working for them, then they'll put it to the engineers.
Okay.
One thing that I want to just share is like a interesting hack, and I think we want to make this more easy for people. And like, you know, and this is really only something you should do if you've got a ton of actions that are connected and you're really trying to manage, like, because what we find is that yes, you can connect unlimited actions, but eventually this thing will get a little confused if you try to connect a ton. What we've seen people do is they've created sub pickaxes, each of which is like tied to a particular like line of thought. So like maybe if it's like, maybe one pickaxe will be responsible for all image generation. It'll have like the GIF generator, it'll have the image generator, it'll have other stuff. And they create these pickaxes for each like area of actions. And then they connect the pickaxes to the main one. And it's almost like a little tree. And this is not something you need to do unless you're really running into struggles with having like a lot of actions connected. But it can be really cool because if you connect a pickaxe and that pickaxe has actions, you're also kind of like chaining those actions into this one. So just
And you
maybe
just
a more
tell it in the
advanced technique.
prompt, like to generate the image, go connect to this pickaxe.
Yeah, and also the naming of pickaxes can help a lot. Like you should name the pickaxe like image generator or like all things images, and you know, likewise with the other ones. And you know, kind of breaking it down into that tree. This is really only something you should do if you're finding a legitimate need to have more than like 10 actions connected to a single pickaxe. But we've seen some people do this to great success.
Okay. Very cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think we've got about like 8, probably less than 10, but all the ones that are like available out of the box, we're like, why not just equip them with all of these skills?
Yeah, that probably is on the borderline there.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Erica, hello. Good to see you.
Sorry, had my microphone off. Good to see you as well. I think this has already been resolved, but I thought I would
My
just,
favorite thing.
your
to do.
friendly neighborhood bug reporter.
Okay.
I got a really odd one yesterday, and let me make sure I'm opening the right screen. Screen one. Okay. So I'm sharing this. So we ran into something very odd with our rich text field. So I had
I
used
think
some
I
rich
saw some
text.
email exchange
in
about
here.
this. Maybe did you send an email about this, or might have been somebody
Yeah, it was
else?
crazy. I did. Somebody
Okay.
may have sent it afterwards, but just as a heads up, I don't know if it's been fixed. What happened was, this is my rich text field.
Yeah.
And it repeats the text into
Oh, it's
single.
connected with everyone. Oh, that's not good. Okay.
No. So
That's
because
pretty
I wasn't using the rich text part, I just switched it to HTML. So it wasn't devastating. But
So you're not sure if this is still happening? Like it looks
I don't
like
know
it's
if
still
it's,
happening, but what happens if you
I don't know
edit
if
this
it's
one
still happening. Yeah, let's try this.
and put something else in there? Like, is this? Yes. Oh, I'm afraid to look. Let's see.
And now I saved my edits. And we'll see, is this still a thing on research?
Is this
And
still a
it's
thing?
now on marketing
Okay.
and on sale.
Thank you for reporting this. Okay.
Just, for the fun of it, I was like, okay. So I even tried adding new ones to see if there was just some glitch with the old ones. It seems to respect the headers, just not the main text. So little oddness, just thought I'd show you.
Well, thanks so much for reporting that. That's a pretty bad issue. So I've written that down, and
it
we'll
was
take a look.
interesting. It was one of those like, wait, I thought I just edited that. How did what is going on? But then my other question is, so I've got my DNS resolving.
DNS
where
questions, my favorite. Okay.
So I've got it set up so that if I go back to my website, I can use my ai.globig.co.
And if you click on
and
that,
it will in fact, well, this is kind of a weird one. I'm not
it
exactly
redirects
sure
to
on.
this other thing. So that's a little weird.
Yeah, so it's a little odd.
Well, it doesn't look like it
to
worked. If I go to ai.globig.co, let me just try it on my end.
Yeah, well, I get it if I don't click on the link. And if you go to ai.globig.com, what it'll pop up is you need to log in, and it's an invitation only, and you don't have an invitation because I just tried it right before we started.
Okay.
But I can still get to this.
It does work.
It seems to work, but then it seems like it's just a redirect, because then I'm back to a Pickaxe URL, which I think may be the way it works, but
no, that's not the way it works. If you can just do me a favor, go to ai.globig.co on your own browser here. I'm not sure why it was redirected.
Unfortunately, I haven't done the sign in, so it's resolving.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Would you mind trying opening
here's what's bizarre is if I do it on this window,
okay,
and I just go to AI. I think it may be because I'm logged in the other case. I'm logged into in that profile. So in my Globig profile, I'm already logged in to Pickaxe, but I don't know why that changes where we go. But if I do it on if I do it on my home address, then in that profile, then it comes up with the login for access.
Cool.
But unfortunately, I haven't set myself up yet, so
okay.
I need to set up.
So help me understand where it would be after you went through this page and you logged in. You were saying that you were getting directed back to a Pickaxe page.
Right. Now that may be because what it's doing is giving me the edit screen, because I'm logged in over here and it's giving me the edit screen instead.
Well, I
guess partly what I wanted to know is, should it stay ai.glowbig.co or would it resolve to Pickaxe once I was inside of it?
No, it should totally stay ai.glowbig.co. And in fact, I can send over to the group here. This is like a studio that I have a custom domain set up on, Murder Mystery Manor. And if you go here, you should just notice that as you browse around, you know, it stays Murder Mystery Manor, you know, across the top.
Oh,
Awesome.
I will test it and I'll get back to you, but that's kind of all I wanted to check was like, why does it keep going back to Pickaxe?
Well, I wasn't joking when I said that DNS issues were my favorite, because actually usually they're kind of like just interesting and fun to solve, and they have to do with configuration of different things. When I try to use your site, it does route me properly, though I haven't logged in yet. The problem that you're having where it's automatically rerouting you when you click on it is a little weird, but it might have to do with like stored browser cookies or something. There's some problems that come up with that.
Maybe because yesterday I think I tried to test it before the DNS had before it was fully resolved.
Yes.
So then I think it cached something that I wouldn't get afterwards. But I mostly just wanted to check. It's not going to say Pickaxe later.
No. It'll say
awesome.
There's only one place, and I'll just, you know what, got to be honest here. We got to warn everybody. You know, there's one place where it will say Pickaxe, and there's nothing we can do about it. Well, actually, there's two places. So we'll tell everybody here. So if you've got your own custom domain set up and you've got it set to white label, then it won't say Pickaxe on the screen anywhere. If you use Google login, it will say Pickaxe in one of those steps. And it's just, we cannot, it doesn't say Pickaxe anywhere after that, but it does say Pickaxe in one of those Google login steps. And we give you the option to turn off Google login for exactly that reason. Because we're like,
got it.
You want to be kind of careful, because, and that's just, we can't, Google has like these security rules that we haven't figured out how to get around yet. So we can't change that. The one other place is in the, well, for example, like if you have like a file that is being generated, the file might say some like AWS thing, Pickaxe AWS, but it's not really even that clear. And it's not like they can go to that link and, you know, see anything good there. So it's pretty hidden. But those are the things. I want to just say, it's so great to see so many people on the call. I want to welcome some of the new faces and some of the returning faces. We love to get people in these office hours. So really good to see everybody. Randy or Erica, did you have another question, or maybe Randy, we can go to you.
Nope, that was it. I just wanted to check on that. If it's gonna work the way we were hoping, then I don't need anything else. And I just thought I'd show you the weird glitch as long as we were here, because it's easier to show it and go, okay, look what happens.
Thank you so much for showing that. And we've got two Randys, so we'll go with Randy with hand raise. And you're muted, by the way. Sorry.
I'm the Randy you're picking on now.
Yes.
Okay. I'm a new user of Pickaxe. We signed up for the Pro this week.
Awesome.
And our first use case is to implement chat on our own subscription database. That's a large database, and
awesome.
So that's the one feature we're using right now. And I just had a couple of questions about that. I've had an introductory call with somebody when I was signing up for membership, and that helped me out on a couple of issues. But I have a couple of other things that come up.
Okay.
We want the answers to be largely. At first we're thinking we wanted all the answers to be only prompted by the
knowledge base,
the database itself. But as we've looked at it further, we would be interested in making sure that the ChatGPT that is going out to its broader information for certain questions too. Is that something we fine tune with a prompt or not?
Absolutely. Yeah. Let me just show a little bit. the different considerations there, but it's totally something that you can do. So typically, if somebody has given you advice on how to make it only conform to the knowledge base, you know, you'll have these settings over here, and probably we'll set the relevance cutoff
Right.
low and the amount of
Right.
information really high so that it just gets a lot of stuff.
Yeah, right.
But then also, you know, they might instruct you to edit this to like, you know, you might say like, you know, or even in the prompt, you might say only use information from the knowledge base, you know, otherwise don't
Right.
answer. And you know, the way to bring in some of ChatGPT's information is just to maybe reword this a little bit, like, you know, use info from KB if it's there, but also, you know, answer to the best of your ability. You just are things that you could use in the prompt, and also maybe raising this a little bit, cutting this down a little bit. You know, if you put it, you know, I think we have it set to default 60, I think. If you put it up here, it will never use the knowledge base.
Right. I found that out when I started. Yeah.
If you put it down here, like it like the way to think about it is like it'll use the knowledge base when most of the time, but if it finds like nothing in there, it won't distract it with like irrelevant stuff in the knowledge base. And if you put it down here, it will be like, even if there's nothing relevant in the knowledge base, it'll still be like, here's all the stuff from the knowledge base. See what
Right.
you can make of this, you know?
But you
So
don't necessarily
usually
want to go all the way to the left either.
the best advice maybe is to play around with this a little bit, maybe find somewhere in the middle, and adjust the prompt to tell it, hey,
Right.
you know, use that information, but combine it with what you know and answer to the best of your ability.
Yeah, okay, that's really helpful. I think I'll have to do some experimentation to get that just right, because we're still figuring out ourselves how much we want to bring in from outside our knowledge base. We've had one other thing I wanted to mention. I've noticed that we've had answers that I haven't ramped all the way to the right, but I still have some questions where it just gets it wrong. We have something in the database, we search for it, and it doesn't get it wrong. Is there anything we can do to address that?
Well, yes, there is, and I can tell you, and this is a feature that honestly we haven't talked about here for a while. So let me go and find a place where this might be more relevant. One moment. Okay, so we're going to go into the Pickaxe Doorman. Why don't we? We'll take a look here. Now, the Pickaxe Doorman has a lot of stuff in the knowledge base. Okay, so maybe I'll ask the Pickaxe Doorman question, like, some of this stuff might be out of date too. So we should say, you know, maybe we'll say, who founded Pickaxe? Let's see. Let's see what we get here. Okay, good. Now, what we can see is that this little magnifying glass has popped up. Now, we haven't really highlighted this in a while, but this is actually pretty useful. So I'm not sure if you've already gone through this, but you can click on this to get some information about what happened with this generation. You can get some basic information about the tokens, which might not be so relevant. If it used actions, you can verify that here, which can be useful for some people who are trying to like figure out what action it's using, because sometimes you don't know. Especially maybe you've got like 2 image generators, it'll tell you which one it used here. And it looks like it says knowledge base was not used. So we can kind of say, huh, well, I wanted knowledge base to be used. So that's weird. Maybe now I'm going to go and, you know, move this down a little bit and try again. Who founded Pickaxe? And we'll see. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And we'll pull this up. And okay, now it's saying that the knowledge base was used. And you can see all of the things that got pulled, but you can click this explore button. And we have, you know, this is a little bit involved. So like this is, you know, there was a time when we thought this was just the coolest thing, but I think now it's like maybe it's too much. But what you can do is you can actually look at what it's pulling.
Yeah,
Each
I've
of these
looked at
things.
that. Yeah.
Okay, you've looked at this, and then this green line is where your cutoff is set. So you can use this to potentially like help you make adjustments to it by looking at where this is. But now the final thing I'm saying here is if you are looking in here and you're finding that nothing's coming up, maybe then you look below the green line and you say, okay, is something coming up down here that I wanted to come up here? And if it is, then maybe you can either adjust these settings so that it will come up next time, or you can even go right in here if you're pro and edit this and say, you know, for example, like if I put in like founder, other things that will be relevant to the query that I'm interested in, and I just add it or edit this text. Now this text will be more likely next time to come up higher up on the list.
Mhm.
Now, if you're not seeing it at all here, then there might have been a problem with the upload. And the way to debug that is just to look and make sure that if you upload a big document, you see a bunch of chunks. Like if you upload a 10-page document and you see one chunk, probably it wasn't processed right. And what needs to happen is you need to go and maybe put it into a different file format or contact support, which sometimes they can help you with it. Hopefully I haven't just told you everything you already know,
No,
but
no,
I've just
that part I didn't know at all. So that's great. Where is that magnifying? Is that a magnifying glass icon? Is that,
yeah,
where does
it'll
that,
in the builder, it'll show up under every message you generate.
In
And
the
sometimes
builder.
it takes a couple of extra seconds to show up.
Okay, I haven't
so-
actually used the builder to build it. That's the builder where you just interact with, you tell it what to do. I've just done
Exactly.
it manually. I've just done it manually. So
Well, so I think this is confusing for some folks, and maybe that's because ChatGPT does it a little differently. But this over here is not like an automatic AI builder. This is
okay,
chapter.
well, I understand.
This is the
yeah.
preview of your. Oh yeah, so this is like you can, and you don't have to save it. You can make edits here, and then immediately test it here, and you know, so that's just a way, can be a little quicker to iterate.
Okay, well, thank you very much. That's helpful.
Yeah, thank you so much. Great question, and it's a part of the product that honestly, when we were doing big contract projects, because there was a time, believe it or not, when we were AI consultants who were going in and working with organizations. Actually, we were spending a lot of time messing around with this type of thing. So we made this available for folks, but I don't think very many people use this.
I really had to look to find you because I've been looking to have this functionality for a long time, and your tool is the only one I found, and it does a good job. But I just need to fine tune it.
Well, thank you so much. And you know, we do these on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so looking forward to seeing you, asking questions, and we're happy to help.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, and that's it.
I think MD maybe is. You have a question? You're the first person with hand raised. Asan.
Hi, Nathaniel. Nathaniel. Can you hear me?
It's very soft. I don't know if you can get closer to the microphone or something.
Okay, now?
Oh, now much better. Much better.
Okay. Thank you. Well, I have a question. It's like I can see in settings that there is a text ID and billing address options. When do I need to collect text ID and billing address options?
Interesting. Let's take a look. So what we're talking about is one moment. So we're in
in the access sections.
One moment. We'll go over to this one maybe. We'll go over to access. So yeah, this tax ID stuff. So this is this is for your Europeans pretty much. You don't know, I don't know, but the Germans seem to know. I think this has to do, and I think probably people in other countries as well. we're a US based company, and so I think for some folks, when they're setting up this billing, well, I don't even know if it has to do with us being a US based company or what, but there are reasons why people want to collect tax IDs to get around VAT tax, I think. And also people are like legally obligated to collect billing address as well in some countries. So I don't know if there's actually anybody here who knows more about this than I do, but typically we'll have like some German customers, of which we have a lot of great German customers on, and they know a great deal about all of the rules. But if you haven't been asked, like, you should just investigate the laws of wherever you're selling tools.
Okay, thank you. And I had another questions like I have a funnel, external application, and I
Okay.
want to charge my clients for the Pickaxe like from there, not from the Pickaxe application. So it's like a membership program. So it's Pickaxe would be like in addition, additional feature like that. Can I do that through the API?
Yeah.
So
So we prefer people to use our payment system, obviously, and we make it really easy to use our payment system. It's like kind of all tied up there. But we definitely allow folks to use other payment systems, and typically, exactly as you're saying, it's like you're connecting it up with other products. So you can do everything with the API. It is a little bit more involved to set up. But you can add users, remove users, upgrade users, downgrade users, all within the API.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you end up having issues using the API or getting it set up, the Pickaxe Experts program has some great folks that, particularly with setting things up with the API to help people connect these things with other tools. They're like ninjas at that. They're certainly better than me at it, actually, I would say.
No, this is really helpful, Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Maria, hello, good to see you. How are you doing today?
Hi, thank you very much for doing this call. I love meeting you. So
Yeah.
It's very, very cool that you have the time for do this. So I have a bug. Let me share my screen quite quickly.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So,
Always good to find a bug.
So this is a formulary, yeah, but I don't know why it's not showing. So inside like the programming, like I have these forms in here.
Mhm.
And you can see,
Yes.
and I was like playing all night yesterday, and I have several formularies like that, but I don't know why. So this part
Can you
of
go back to the other screen real quick? Okay. Interesting. Wow. Interesting. Okay.
but that's
Yeah.
not all. Like I have another
Okay.
bug.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maria, I noticed though it says update and close on the Pickaxe. I'm wondering if it's on the other page you were showing.
So
Yeah.
Where you've got update and close up in the top. I'm wondering
Yes,
if it
I have
doesn't
done
think it's done.
No, I have done it with a lot of things.
Okay.
Like what I have divided of like, I don't know, I think it's something to do with this because of course, like Cloud did an amazing programming, like for organizing how I will build the memory. But I don't know because in here, like I included a little bit of code. I don't know if it's something like that. Because
I don't think that that's it. But if you wouldn't mind, would you mind sending the link to the tool itself that's not showing up?
Exactly, and that is the other point. So I don't know why. Yesterday I was playing and tried to get like the embed code because I was thinking, okay, maybe it's because of something of the embed, and this appeared.
Okay.
And this, I wanted to show you because it's like a long code, and yeah, Probably like,
Yes.
I don't know, it's a bug security just to have in case, because like the icon in here is like, okay, be careful.
So what that is that is the, not the embed code, but that's the code that the embed code goes and gets. So it's not a security issue. This is there should be nothing sensitive in here. This is the code, like when you generate an embed code, our system makes some code for your tool, and then when you put the embed code on your site, it tells it to go and get this code and you know use it. But maybe we can take a look at the well, let's maybe solve one problem at a time. So if you go over to the deployed version that you were
And the
showing,
deploy version, this one.
this link here, would you mind sending this in the chat? I mean, I need to get my hands on it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, one moment.
Don't worry.
Okay, this is interesting, and also that that thing
And I have
should not be
it
showing up. That rock shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
That rock is out of place.
You end up the end. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Is there anything?
So, and this happened in several of my, because I don't know if you're seeing my screen still. Yeah.
Yes.
This is another one that you can see. It is.
And there's no form there.
No. And if I go here, and I will show you, I put the dit pixel, and there is a lot, and I couldn't fix it.
I see. Okay, I'm being told, a little voice in my ear is telling me that it probably is. I thought it wasn't, but it probably is because of this stuff that you're doing here. Can I just take a look at this again? Your initial guess was right, and my initial. Okay. Can you just scroll up and down a little bit on here? Like scroll up a little bit.
Sorry, that is in Spanish.
No worries. The language doesn't even matter. Go down again. Okay. Keep going down. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I really appreciate you bringing this to our attention. We are going to fix this, and this is an us problem. So we will, by the end of the day, you shouldn't have to change anything. It should just start working again.
Okay. And the link of this pixel also?
Well, let's talk about that problem now. So, one moment.
This one.
Okay, so help me understand. So you published this pickaxe, and then if you don't mind doing that real quick, just to, okay, then we end up here.
In here.
Now we're going to the embed. So maybe we can even click on one of the ones we already have.
Okay.
So we can go into it.
Share or edit?
Interesting. Well, go ahead and edit it, just the way that I would do it. Okay. Now you go up in the top right, and there's that share button there in the top right of your screen. And then this is the code that we want to copy.
The entire or just the address?
Well, it depends.
This is the address of that happened. This happened.
Yes. So where are you embedding it? If you want to embed it.
So I have not embedded yet, because like I am building an app, not me. Some programmers are building an app, so we are embedded in there.
Okay. Well, you might ask them a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. But it does matter a little bit, and for everybody else watching, this is kind of important. This is a script embed, so if you're going to use this one, you have to put all the code. You can't just take the link. However, if you X out of this real quick, and you click on the inline iframe button down there, then you click on share. now, actually,
I
uh,
always this one.
yeah, sometimes you can use this link. Sometimes you use the whole amount of code. It varies on platform by platform. If you look at the drop down there and you click on the little drop down, we have a special instructions for Circle, and I think
Mhm.
we are going to put some special instructions for other
What is it?
websites. It's a platform that's sometimes it's like a membership platform.
Okay.
But anyway, sorry to get so detailed, but if you're looking for the link that works, you need to use the iframe one.
Okay. In this part, I should not worry. Like you guys are going to check this.
For the form issue.
Yeah, because there are several. Like I don't know what I'm doing wrong because it's like the third that happens to me. So I had already done some forms that are okay and they work, but several there is happening this.
Yeah. So for the embed issue, I think it sounds like we've got that figured out. For the form issue, we are going to figure it out ourselves. So rest assured, by the end of the day today, we will fix it.
Okay. Amazing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks for bringing that to my attention. I love doing nested curly bracket stuff in the prompts as well, and it is just the specific way that you've done it that has caused an issue, but you shouldn't have to change anything. We're just going to fix it.
Okay. Last question. Do you plan to expand the memory from the users, or is something that 10 is something that you are not expecting to increase?
We are planning to expand it, but we've recently added a lot of stuff there. So maybe if you could just share just a little bit more of what you're trying to do. Like, are you on Pro? You already have the 10 memories, or
Like in this moment, I am creating and deploying my application, my app. Yeah, and
Totally.
in my app, I am going to build like digital companies where
Cool.
all the agents are people and they are a group of agents. Yeah.
Cool.
So like I need a lot of memories because I want to secure a good user experience and the people do not have to like repeat the same things. So 10 memories, I know that are amazing because in each bucket of memory, like I can include a bunch of things, but sometimes there's memories that I need to use. And okay.
Yes. So great question. I think we are planning to expand this and make it so that you can remember more stuff in this system. But right now, we just added a new feature. And this might not work for you, but just to put this out there. And we'll see if this is going to load here. Come on. That allows you to. You love what? Say again. Sorry.
The images.
Oh,
it's
yes.
Very good.
When you, and then you might have already seen this, but when you let them upload files, you can let them upload, you select this all tools for each user, which I might actually change the name of because who even knows what this means? This is confusing. But this basically means that when this user uploads a file, any tool they use, it will draw off of that file. So you can use the 10 memories, but also let's say that you're doing something where they upload information about their business or some documents regarding their business. Well, if you set it to be like this, then that information can help them in all the tools they use, you know?
Okay. And I can, like in a formulary, I can have both upload files and questions. That doesn't matter.
Yes, you can in a form. Let me show you. One moment.
And each file will be like a bucket of information?
Exactly. So the files almost act like new memory buckets. And we're going to put all these systems together.
I can give them the template. You did a good idea.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's not a perfect answer to your question, but a step along the right, along the way there. And thanks for jumping on too.
Good. Thank you.
Happy to answer other questions from folks, new and old. One thing that I'll mention just for folks that joined a little bit later in the call, a really big new feature that I'm super excited about that we'll be launching next week will be SMS deployments, and shortly thereafter WhatsApp deployments. So you'll be able to deploy your pickaxes to have a phone number that people can text, which I'm super excited about. So
Can you explain a little bit more about that? And Randy, can you please mute your phone? Thank you.
yes, I think Randy, there's a little bit of feedback there. So you know, I'll show briefly, and we'll make some videos more about this. But what you'll be able to do is, if you have a tool, you'll be able to create a SMS deployment or a WhatsApp deployment, and it will give you a phone number. And if people text that phone number, they'll be talking to your tool, and you'll be able to set up all of these awesome limits on usages, and soon even charge for people to go back and forth with your tool, not just on this pickaxe, but also through the SMS, and not to mention have all of that data and the user memories and all that good stuff populate in one big place in your CRM here. So can talk more about that when we launch it, but hopefully that provides a little explanation. Don, I saw that you had a question.
Hey, Nathaniel. Hey, that's awesome, man. You guys keep releasing new features like every week. I love these calls because it's always like, oh, we just dropped this. Next week we're dropping this. That's very cool. The text is like a game changer for your platform.
Well, with any luck there, I see it as being, you know, part of our vision, which I think is everybody else's here's vision of, we really want to empower this new world of AI consulting and these folks to, you know, to have all the tools that they need to succeed. So hopefully we feel like we're moving slowly closer to that goal.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I just joined. So this is a creative question. It's kind of on the fringe of whether or not this is a pickaxe exact question, but here it is. I've just joined a voice hackathon to implement, integrate 11 Labs with N8N. Are the core kind of, well, N8N is the required tool to use for the hackathon, but we can use any other tools we want. And I'm trying to think of creatively how I can use Pickaxe just to give it, if you know, if they do talk about me at all, talk about the solution I've created at all, it'd be fun to like highlight Pickaxe as part of it. But I'm trying to get creative in how, like where it would make the most sense. So just the quick highlight of the workflow, and then if you have any just immediate thoughts, I'd appreciate any ideas on where would be like the best fit. But basically, I'm creating an AI podcaster. So think like Joe Rogan, but AI. And,
I love it.
And the whole premise is like, for any expert guru out there who wants to create marketing content, but doesn't have a lot of time, they can hop on a 20-minute podcast at their own convenience anytime. And the experience feels very human-like, very much like a podcaster, focused on that particular topic that's going to help with SEO. And then at the end of it, it packages up all the marketing content, the blog posts, the social posts, everything they need, dropped in their inbox. And if they share the socials, actually publish for them on social. So that's the kind of the vision. I don't know if that made sense.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Sweet. Okay, so 11 Labs is the podcasting agent that I'm talking to, but on the front end, I have a user form. The users fill in the information. They click submit, and it's just some core. You know, it's like 10 fields, trying to keep it minimal to start. And then N8N does a lot of the scraping. So it does a lot of the research. There's topic research and a guest enrichment researcher that enriches all that. And then there's an agent that creates the podcast brief. And then 11 Labs agent ingests the brief. Now they know everything about the guest, everything about the podcast, and they already have their personality prompted in it. And so they're just, you know, talking, walking through the podcasting flow. And then there's the marketing content on the back end. So that's the sequence I have right now. Any thoughts on where Pickaxe might fit in that flow? Or is this kind of not really the bread and butter, and I should think about it differently?
Yeah, I mean, voice is not something that we are best at. We might, you know, we're working on adding voice, but it's just not something that we're, you know, it's I don't want to do it if it's going to be slow. So we've pushed back against it because it's like, I don't want to do it if it's going to be slow because it's just going to feel weird. So I'm kind of waiting until we have everything we need to make it fast. So I don't know. I mean, there are lots of different places where Pickaxe could be a part of that process. You could, for example, make it so that the form is a Pickaxe, and then that could be an easy to use, like one-click monetization layer for the rest of the process, where even if they go to other places, you can use Pickaxe as the monetization layer by just hooking up Stripe. Another option, as I'm sure you know, is in N8N, you can connect to Pickaxe to run some AI tooling, as opposed to just using like a GPT connector in N8N through the API, which can be useful to, if you know, basically the benefit to doing that is you're adding stuff to user memory. You're building user profiles. So you can actually then later, unlike in OpenAI, for example, go back into your CRM and see, hey, I've actually generated. So we're actually seeing a lot more people using Pickaxe as a middle piece in Zapier, Make, N8N integration flows, because as it's talking to the AI through Pickaxe, we're basically collecting memory for it. So actually, this is probably going to be a big driver of growth, I think, is we're about to launch next week. We're going to launch our Make and Zapier integrations, where it'll be like one click as opposed to going through all the rigmarole of doing the API. And I think the big reason why you want to use a Pickaxe instead of just asking ChatGPT on those platforms is because it will record the information and generate these memories about the users. And so that's like one idea, is that Pickaxe could then become kind of your back-end AI-powered CRM to see what everybody's doing.
So to build off that, because I like that as an option, and the front-end forms one I've definitely been thinking on. For that, the model that I was going to connect via N8N for like the prompting and everything was Perplexity, like Sonar, because it's supposed and deep research for the two different research components. Can I do that in Pickaxe? Can I connect to those models? Do you know?
Well, you can use OpenAI's deep research through the actions system, but we don't support Perplexity Sonar as a core model. Maybe we could, maybe we should. I think we tend to, at least thus far, think of Perplexity Sonar as a augmentation. You can add it and your model can call on it to get up-to-date, accurate information, which can be useful. The reason why you want it to be a core model is when you're doing voice, you want to be as fast as possible. So you don't have any time for one model to call another model. So, you know, those are maybe a little extra detail, but that's what you can currently do. But thank you so much for the question, Don, and thank you so much everybody else for jumping onto the office hours, new faces and old. We do these on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific and on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific. And we're putting out new stuff all the time. And they're also recorded. We have a YouTube playlist that has all of them. So if you ever miss one, feel free to jump on there and watch it at double speed. I think that's what a lot of people in our organization do. We'll jump on and watch these at double speed later. Till next time.